Bless her heart.
Okay. We officially started recording it. Thank you for coming to Gem and Oils. And I'm going to start it. And I've got to read my computer because I forgot to print mine off. And we are camping. I'm up in the mountains camping, and we are fighting with making sure I got enough internet. Rocks and frequencies. Oils have frequencies. We have frequencies. So I'm excited, and I have learned so much more about frequencies teaching this class. The base of this class was taken from Sara Wallace's Rock and Oil book, right there. And that's what got me interested. That's my reference and the foundation for it. So whatever you want to call them, crystals, gemstones, rocks, they're all made of minerals. And being a science teacher, I used to teach about all this. I taught about earth science and loved to study about rocks. This is something that's innate in every child. If you take a kid out hiking, they're gonna pick up rocks. And I think it's because we are kind of drawn to that. Now, I need to start the slideshow.
Screen share it like you were before.
Oh, Lord.
Give me.
I know.
All right, go to your screen.
This is a touch screen. I'm not used to that. Can y'all see that? There we go. Okay. So there's our gem and oils. All right.
Yeah, to do your screen, just like you would on your PowerPoint, hit the
Next one. I'll
go.
let you do that. All right.
Just hit the right arrow.
This one.
Yeah, 'cause
Sight, scent, and frequency. Rocks have frequency. Oils have frequencies. You have frequencies. Not only do the crystals have beauty, you have to touch them. We want to hold them. We want to be close to them. And that need for frequency that our body has is what draws us to the oils and to the frequencies in the rocks and to us. They are not only beautiful, but they emit energy. And I had to think about this, but we think also they carry frequencies. Y'all, we bought quartz watches for years. We have quartz watches that we wear. So that energy is what runs our watch. We have ruby lasers. And even in ancient civilizations around the world, they use crystals to promote physical and emotional health for us. Now, all oils, gemstones, crystals, they carry that energy. They're pretty, and we use in technology, but we add the oils to them, and the oils, and we're using Young Living oils, is essential for aromatic, steam diffused, and they're from the plant. For our roller balls, we're going to focus on the topical use of oils and how we're going to infuse them in the blood. And I've told y'all this, if you've been in any of my classes, it takes 20 minutes for oil to go completely in our body, because that's how long it takes the blood to go completely through one section of our body, from one to the other. All right. Now, we're all energetic beings. That's how God made us. We're dynamic, we're living, we feel good. And when we feel good, our frequency is high. When you're sick or sad, our frequency is low. Anyone who is sick, usually they measure our frequency for less than 56 megahertz. We have exercise, we have nutrition, meditation, rocks, oils, etc. They're all tools to help us keep our vibes high. When I was researching this, I learned that we have chakras in our body that represent energy centers in our body, and they're different for emotional and spiritual needs. The root chakra is at the bottom, and we're going to start at the bottom and move all the way up to the crown, and the crown is the top of the head. And we have in your kits, y'all received 7 little bottles with different stones in them. If you will look at the next screen, you'll see that there's the 7 chakras. So each one of these bottles has a stone that's associated to each of the 7 parts of your chakra of your body. you also got these little cards with your kit. Those are a test, and you go through, follow the directions, and it says to mark from 1 to 10. The chakra that is the highest is the one that needs working on the most. So you'll start at the bottom. So if I worked on my chakra test and I found out that my heart chakra had the highest point, I'm going to start there with the oils and in that little bottle that I gave us. Your heart chakra is the Avertine one. And that will be the one you will choose your oils, and we're going to go over that. And you'll use that over the area to start with. And that works from the heart up. If you start at the root, which the root chakra is the garnet, that will start from the root and go up. But the test is to give you a starting point so that you'll know which chakra you want to need the most work on. Now let's talk about each one of the 7 chakras. First of all, we have the root chakra. That's the one that we talked about with, I just got a note saying my internet's unstable. That's the one we talked about with the garnet. That's the garnet. The 3 oils are rose, cedarwood, and valor. Those are for your root. And you can put that in your garnet container with your carrier oils, and I'll talk about what your carrier oil choices are in a little bit, and then use that with the root. The root chakra is survival consciousness. It symbolizes safety, attraction, and romance. Logic, physical strength, and orderliness is a requirement for the root chakra, and it's the foundation for us. I just call it, that's my feet, so that's my foundation. When you feel stressed, afraid, or worried, your root chakra can be blocked. When you're feeling strong and healthy and loved and happy, that means it's open. The next one is our sacral chakra, and that is with the jasper. That was your jasper oil bottle. And you can use Stress Away, Thieves, or Present Time. Well, I didn't have Present Time. That's going to be on my order list to get. That chakra is found right below the belly button. And that's associated with emotions, creativity, sexuality, and connected with water as a flow. This chakra is considered to be procreation, which meaning it's close to the womb area. Desires or feeling of intimacy come from this chakra, and when we are lacking in the ability to connect intimately with ourselves first and then others in a healthy way, that becomes an imbalance. With your sacral chakras blocked, you may feel it's difficult to be emotionally or sexually open and are involved in unhealthy, toxic relationships. You may also have trouble viewing the relationship with yourself, and you may have problems with your body image. So I put that down with us and our appearance. The solar is next, and that's our self-worth. Solar chakra is citrine, and I do love this stone. That's a pretty stone. It's a yellow looking stone. Optimism, letting go of the past. Self-confidence, concentration, Lord help me. Motivation and creativity. That's where we get our gut feeling from. Y'all have heard it just doesn't feel right in your gut. That comes from the solar plexus chakra. It promotes a feeling of being confident and friendly. And an imbalance may manifest when you're feeling powerless and experiencing difficulty taking action. We associate that with self-esteem, self-worth. The next time you feel that stomach pain or digestion issues, consider balancing out the chakra before reaching out to medicine. So frankincense and jasmine go with that chakra. I said, I'm going to have to work on that. That's my highest number. Heart, agape love, compassion. And that is the citrus. Where did I get? Did I get ahead of myself? 1, 2, 3. Albertine. All right. That is Albertine, the heart chakra. Those oils are joy, peace and calm, and citrus, Cistus. Empathy, heart energy, and compassion. This one is when you're experiencing a lack of creativity, intuitive insight, loneliness, and even external issues with the heart or breathing problems. You know how when some people become hyperventilating when they get excited, they deal with this heart chakra. It says the heart chakra is on the right track when you're experiencing love, but just for others, but not just for others, but for yourself, self-acceptance. That's where they say we have to love ourselves before we love someone else. So we balance out this heart chakra with that. That's our fourth one.
Arlene, which stone was that?
This is the the green one, adventurine. That's the heart chakra, adventurine.
Okay.
Now, as above the heart is the throat. And the throat is sodalite. That's kind of a purplish looking stone. And that one is lavender, valor, and 3 wise men. And I don't have the 3 wise men, but I have the lavender and the valor. The throat chakra is all about, guess what? Communication, talking, of course, expressing, but also listening. When our throat chakra is clear, we're allowed to speak truth.
Can you advance the slide?
Oh, I'm sorry. I did on my computer and forgot on yours. Oops.
Thanks.
Thank you. Keep me straight. The part that I got when I read this, I was getting through and I said, oh, I know a lot of people that can't speak the truth. So maybe we got a lot of chakras that need working on some people. However, we have trouble speaking the truth and just to say things that what other people want to hear. Our chakra is imbalanced. When we're having trouble expressing ourselves, neck pain, anger issues, frustration, feeling misunderstood. When the throat chakra is open and aligned, we're able to speak the truth easily and we feel like we're being heard and listened to and respected by others. One method that they request or they say works really well is using meditation for opening up the throat chakra. All right, I'm going to advance y'all's first before I do mine. All right, the 6th one is up from is the brow, right here above the eyes, right below or between the eyebrows, right here. And the brow is the amethyst. That's your purple stone. That's for the brow. And we have sandalwood, Pablo Sallow, and frankincense for this one. And these are, I tell people to use the oil they have. These are the ones that were recommended in all the research that I did. Selflessness, spiritual wisdom, meditation, memory, and calmness. It is the mind center. The brow represents light and allows us to be visualized and imagine and focus. It opens the doors to the divine. Like we can see, I keep saying I see the light. That's what this one is about. It's very easy for this one to be blocked. For example, when we're worried, overthinking, or too busy. That one hit. It's hard for you to see the big picture in life because we're so focused on tunnel vision. And I think that's where I live most of the time, is in tunnel vision. The thoughts of struggle and finding the meaning of life, career, and relationships can add to this blockage. It can even cause insomnia. I thought it was all hormonal. Maybe I can fix something so we can sleep. Memory disorders. When your brow is open, you'll experience a strong sense of your own inner truth and the right guidance to the right path. So this one is the spiritual. Number 7, I'm getting through these so I can go through the others, is the crown. That's top of the head. And it is with spiritual connectivity, divine intelligence, and life force. And that, of course, is your quartz. That's the very last one. And the oils they recommend are humility, Idaho spruce, and gratitude. The crown chakra connects us to the divine source of energy, of love, and wisdom. It represents purity, spirituality, and is located at the top of the head. The element is thought and empowers spirituality of belief systems and enlightenment. Often through prayer and meditation, we're able to open up the crown chakra and we're able to feel connected to the higher power. Deep gratitude for life and self-love. And the crown chakra also supports the spiritual connections of one individual to another. Now, that's the basics of the kit that you got. I recommend almond oil as your carrier. Olive oil is a little bit harsh, it's a little thick, but I have a little booklet that I have put together that every one of you is going to get in the email tonight. I'm going to get that out to you after this class. It looks like this, and it's got everything written in it that I have just said, plus it has the suggestions of the oils, and you can't see that, but it's got the oils in there, and it's also got the carrier oils that I recommend and how to put your roller ball together. I did not put your stoppers in of your roller balls. I left them out, and the easiest way to put it in is to sit it in your roller ball and then screw the top down on it, and it'll pop it in, and you won't have to worry about spilling carrier oil everywhere. See, it's in. When I first started doing roller balls, I sat there and tried to push and push, and I spilt carrier oil and essential oils all over the place. So I've learned that if I just get it started and then screw the lid down, it will push it in and I don't have to worry about it. Now, the side effect of all of this in all my studying is that I have found that there's a lot of interconnections that I took for granted. And I was talking about this earlier before class started. I've had several different books that I've read and several different things that I have put this information together from. But the one that hit home for me the most was my sister shared with this book, and I'll take a picture of the book and send it with your other little book so you'll see what it is. It's a little book called The Prayer That Heals. And when we're talking about the frequencies of the rocks, the frequencies of the oils, and our body frequency, I said earlier, the body frequency has a frequency higher than 56 megahertz to stay well. Anytime we touch each other, whether it's a hug or laying on of hands or anything, we're sharing that body frequency. That's why we feel so good when we give somebody a hug, because our body frequencies are increasing each other because we're sharing it. The Prayer That Heals, in this little book, the gentleman that wrote it talks about when we pray for each other and pray for people that are sick or needing assistance, We need to share that frequency. We need to touch that person. We need to share through that human touch. And that just surprised me, because all of a sudden, after 7 years and all these years of teaching science, the light bulb came on to where, okay, we can share our oil frequency, we can share the frequency in the stones, and then we can also share the frequency of us through these various, and we can keep our frequencies open and keep our frequencies up through our oils and through our rocks. Everything that God created has frequency. When God spoke it, that frequency was put in every living thing here on earth. And that includes the rocks. You know, the Bible tells us if we won't praise God, the rocks will. And that's because they have living frequency, just like we do. All right. Now, identify your chakra. And it says, with the most room for growth, use your roller ball with the gems that correlate with the chakra you want to address. And remember, when you start at one, you're actually going to work on the ones above it. Choose an essential oil to pair with it. You can always use frankincense. I'm telling you, that's my go-to for everything. If you don't have the others, you can always use frankincense. One of the 3 oils recommended, or whichever you have, because the oils are going to be drawn to you. Choose an affirmation from the quiz statement. So, whichever one where it says, I feel close and connected, use one of these affirmations. Make yourself a note card and put it somewhere you can see it every day. Speak life over yourself. Say, this is what I'm working on. This is what I want to accomplish today, or using my oils. As I've told people for the last 7 years, every time I use oils, that's my opportunity to have a little praise session with God. I just use that as part of my little praise that, Lord, you made this. It has a purpose. And this is what this is doing. This is giving me an affirmation of I'm actually having a praise session with God when I use my oils. So now when I've got to tell you, my little 18-month-old granddaughter, she has her little quartz bottle that she has her oil in so she can roll on her every day. When I was putting these together, she had to have one. She thought that was the coolest stuff. Repeat the chakra quiz in a month. So you will do this process for 30 days. Fix yours, use it, do your quiz again, and see what chakra you need to work on then. It's a self-analysis and a self-reality type process. So we have rocks, we have oils, we can speak, and then we repeat. Now, I've tried to talk really quick. There will be a follow-up. You will get a copy of my book, my little booklet I made that gives more detail about your carrier oils, and it has everything I spoke very fast about in writing, so you've got to follow up. I will take a picture of the front of this book, because I think it'd be gotten on Amazon. I think it's locally for that, so if you'd like to buy that. And if you want me to, I'll take a picture of the Rock and Oil book so that you'll see what one of my references were with that for follow-up. Any questions from you? Y'all unmute and let's talk for just a minute, because I've got about 3 or 4 minutes before my 40 minutes are going to be up. Questions, talk, comments? Did you learn anything? Nobody has any questions. Pam unmuted. I guess nobody else did. Ashley, did you have?
Like you were saying, it makes sense that everything has a frequency, so they've got to work together. So
yeah, it's like when I did this study, Pam, this light bulb went on. I went, when I started my oils 7 years ago, the frequency part hit the science part of me, okay? Because I knew about the sound and light frequencies, and I knew we were all matter, or different types of matter. And then when I found this about the stones or the crystals and all, I went, well, God spoke life into everything. Everything that is of matter has a frequency. And then after I was reading this, God puts the right things to me when I think when he knows I'm open-minded enough to slap me in the face and I'll pay attention to it. And when Shara dropped this little book off on my front porch because of social distancing, I could not see her, remember? And I read that, I went, light bulb moment. It's all just, the thing is now, I've always been a private prayer person. God says, go to the closet and pray. And now I'm going, if I'm praying for healing, I can't do that in the closet and be as effective as I can if I have to be bold and go ask this person, can I please pray with them and hold their hand? That's taken me out of my comfort zone, ladies. And I've done a lot of talking in public and done a lot of praying for people, but my praying's in private. So when this aspect came in, I went, Lord, don't ask me to do this right now, please. This isn't in my comfort zone. But it makes sense. And you don't learn unless you're kicked out of your comfort zone. That's when we grow. That's when we grow.
True.
So I said, all right, I guess this quarantine reading that I've been doing is kicking me out of my comfort zone. So when we can socialize again, I'm supposed to add a new dimension here.
That's right. Well, I have to share, I know that what you said, praying over people and the actual touch of that other person during that prayer makes a big difference. And I've experienced it firsthand. So
you feel that frequency change, don't you, Pam?
Yeah.
People say, I feel God moving. And that's because the frequency of every person that touches you raises your body frequency as it transfers.
Yeah.
Now, think about this. I know people do anointing of oils. Think what a transition that would be to add a frankincense or some oil with the hand touch for that frequency transfer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying that is phenomenal. So I didn't mean for this to be a go to church type meeting when I did it, because when I did the rock and oil, I was, oh, this will be so cool. And unfortunately, or fortunately, because I feel like I've grown from this, it changed I've always told my GT kids when I teach my GT class, my goal is when you finish my class, is for me to change a paradigm of thinking for you. Change something in your classroom that meets your children's needs. Well, this class was a paradigm change for me, because it added a different dimension to a foundation that I've had for 40 something years. And yeah, Pam, I know with your success and your being a breast cancer survivor, that did make a difference when you have people come and stand over you and know that they're touching you. And
even the use of the oils, even though I didn't do that at the same time, the prayer and the use of the oils didn't all happen at the same minute, but they both happened. So I think you're right. They both can work in conjunction.
Yep, that human touch and the oils. And y'all, I actually made some frequency necklaces. I'm just going to tell you. I found some stones, and then I made these little puma stones that you can hang on it, so that you can put oils on here and you can use a crystal around your neck. So I'm hoping to have those on the website soon. If y'all go to my shop, you can see the different necklaces. Quarantine has really freaked me out. Christy can tell you, she came to my house and I had a table full of necklaces. I love to wear jewelry, and I can't find diffuser necklaces that look pretty. So guess what I've done? Made me some. And Ashley goes, Mama, do you think you made enough? I said, I don't care if I sell any of them. I'm just having fun making them. I'll wear them, but I can't wear this many, I'll just tell you. But I have enjoyed a new avenue. This study gave me a new avenue, and I've put the amethyst on the necklaces and the jasper and the citrine, and then I've put the lava stones or the wood or the things so that you can put your oils on there with it, so that you wear the stones and you wear the oils with the same time. So just take a look on the website. I'm trying to get everything put up there over the next couple of weeks, visit every once in a while and see. But I have enjoyed this, and this class has changed. And thank y'all very much for having a confidence in me enough to share it with me and to use the oils. Let me know if there's something I can do to help you, or anything I can do to assist in your walk. Or oily confidence is my new phrase. You've seen that probably on all the envelopes. It says, let me help you find your oily confidence. Because I have people that have had oils for years and they go, oh, I have that oil. Well, you need to use it on this. Now, if you don't know now, if you will email me or text me, what are some classes you would like to see? Because I'm hoping in June to do a poolside class at my house so we can do social distancing. And that's going to be a big, okay, what are we going to do? I have found some wooden flowers that I've been holding on to. I'd love to do a diffuser wreath. I can do any topic, but if y'all think of something that would be a cool, let's sit by the pool and do crafts and talk about oils type thing, what topic would you like for me to address? The end of this month, I am going to send out an invite so that we can do a panel so that new people and old people with oils can come and share their experiences and tell how they use their different oils. And I think that'll be fun. That's just going to be what I call a share forum. But I want next month in June, I am going to have a face-to-face. If y'all will be brave enough, I'll bring plastic gloves and y'all can wear those so you won't touch anything. I will not give you a mask. I'm sorry. When you're outside, you've got to build your immune system. The science teacher in me, that drives me crazy. I'm going, do you know how many sick people we're going to have from wearing all these masks all the time when their immune system hasn't been exercised for 3 months, 4 months? So I'll let you keep your distance, and I'll give you gloves so that you won't touch anything. But if you want a mask, you'll have to bring your own mask. Any other questions or comments?
Enjoyed it.
Thank you. I love these, but I feel like I have to talk 90 miles an hour. This will be recorded. I am going to try to get it on the website by Monday, and I am going to email y'all's little PDF book out to you tonight so that you'll have that. And again, thank you very much. I hope you found your oily confidence, and we will see each other later. Take care.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank
Enjoyed
you.
it.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, stop the share. I've got to go through the sequence here. Where is the record?